Like West Ham taxman, you don't want to see the gang vex man. Pull up in 2-litre dingers and press that.
Selling bag, going ham in West like Declan Rice. Doing like popcorn, everything nice. Whoa.
Go on, Cam. Introduce.
Yo, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Hammers Fans United, and welcome to the player rating show. After we secured 3 points against Palace, it was a good game to watch today. I'm not gonna lie to you. Your thoughts on the game, too?
That was a great intro.
Yeah,
that was good. Yeah, it was a bit nervy, obviously, but you know we have to give West Ham credit for actually being 3-0 up. So sometimes you just have to look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is we won the game. We're still missing, you know, I know they had players up, I'm saying defensively we're missing players, and you know we got the 3 points, which was the most important thing. Nervy, but good. Right, let's get to the comments quickly, and what we're going to do is we're going to recap what me, Cam's, the disabled team and Kieran went through. Was that yesterday? It was yesterday, wasn't it? Last night. Right, disabled team, good evening everyone, happy New Year's to you all, and right back at you, and as always you're here first as well. Hi brother Titch, great win for West Ham. Hopefully Johnson coming off after anything too serious. I'm hoping it was because he was on a yellow card and only that. I'm hoping that was the only reason. James, thank you as always for joining. 7 away goals in 2 games, 34 points on New Year's Day. I need to keep off the grass. That's crazy, isn't it? 7 goals away from home.
That is massive.
Are we the great entertainers? That's crazy. That is. Think about it. That's and you know, it's not like there's no fans in the ground. There's fans there. It's not like, you know, when we come out of the first lockdown.
We are away as well. We're outnumbered.
Yeah. Hi James Bong. Happy New Year, friend. Okay, that's me. Right, we've got a very special guest in the comments. Where is he? Lee Statham, my main man. Got something from Lee actually to show in a minute. Lee, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming on yesterday. And you was definitely the most special guest that we've had on this channel, like by a mile.
Nice to meet
you. Sorry,
Sorry,
Kieran and Stuart, but yeah, Lee's the main man. Let me see this here. Lee, Steve, don't forget to like, sons, please. Thank you, Stuart. And can I also say good evening to Scylla, which is Stuart's wife, and you know the family. Good people, genuine people, and you know I fully got so much respect and time for the whole family. So yeah, good evening to the whole disabled team family. That's what I call you, rather than Statham. Disabled team family, I say. Good evening, Lee Statham from Keith. Good evening, Keith as well. Nashi, sorry.
I lost him. I couldn't find him. I was trying to find him.
What? Oh, what do you mean? Good evening, Cash. How are you? Brother, how are you?
I was just looking for you.
Oh, for me. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I think yeah. Not too bad. Sorry. I said it again. Very special guest in the comments. Main man Lee. He was already the main man, but I'm going to show you something in a minute why he's even more the main man. Started training today, so I've jumped in the new year. I hope you're going to have a better crack at that egg, Nashi. You look strong, and you disappointed me with the time you took. Good evening, Nashi. Boom, boom, boom. Good evening, Hammers. Right, so okay, I just want to get. Oh, Kieran's in the house. We're good, thank you for asking, brother Cam. At least we got the entertainment marks right. What a game! Yeah, so we are going to touch on that first of all. Hi, brothers Cam and Titch. Big up the stable team. Titch and Cam's in the house. Oh, I would say, you know, and as always, Kieran, thank you for tuning in, man. Like, Kieran's my main man. after Lee. Sorry, after Lee. You know, the plan generally is, you know, watch-alongs, me and Cams, and the player ratings, me and Davey. But because of this busy period, Davey wasn't available, and thankfully, Cams was available. Good day, Kieran. Brother Kieran. Right, I just want to get to the end of the comments, and then we'll just quickly go over. No, actually, we'll play something first. The main man. Right, what does he say? I'm doing 2 eggs now. Right, so I need to play this. Very, very important. Right, you know, this is about 11 seconds. Might play it twice. Get ready. Special video.
Antonio! 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 Antonio!
One more time.
I love that.
Short.
I love that.
Love that. I'm play one more time, you know.
Antonio! 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 Antonio!
I can't help but
so-
join in.
Yeah. So when you're the main man, Lee, you have to have 3 of you on the screen just to show like I'm the main man. It's me. Me times 3. My name's Lee. But yeah, Lee, thanks for that, man. And yeah, that put a big smile on my face when I was watching that. Right, comments, and then we're going to run over yesterday's show quickly just to catch up with today. Gaza, hi lads. I hate to be negative, but after we should have been. Don't worry, Gaza. We got the points, and thank you for joining. We got the points. Go on, Lee. I'm good, thanks, guys. I hope you're well as well, and thank you for joining. Go, Lee, my man, and hi, Kieran. You okay? Right. So, what I'm going to do is it will cover the whole screen, but we're going to go through me, Kieran, Cam's, Lee, and Stuart's, you know, our little fun predictions yesterday, and just see, you know, how we done. So we will take out the whole screen. You'll hear me talking as always, and then we'll get into the player ratings for today. So right, it's not nothing pretty either, you lot. Right, so we started off with the opposition player to watch. Now, the disabled team picked Conor Gallagher, who obviously wasn't available, so there's nothing they could have done about that. Me, Kieran, and Cams all picked Odsonne Edouard, and he actually scored Palace's first goal. So, you know, we were slightly on the money there. Then we went to a West Ham player to watch. The disabled team picked Ben Rama. Now, I'm sure it was his goal, you know. I don't know if Antonio touched it, but at the very least, he got an assist before he went off to the African Cup of Nations. So that was a great pick. I'm going to leave Kieran to last because me and Cams picked Bowen, who probably had a quiet game for the standard he sets, but the good thing is, you know, the players around him stepped up. So, yeah, now Kieran picked the man of the match, the clear man of the match. I'm going to change the name for... What's that? What you say? I can't hear you, Cam.
Oh, going on about Bowen. Sorry. Going on about Bowen. I didn't really see him do much wrong.
Nah, no, he just wasn't, you know, at his best. He didn't have any assists or any goals. But so yeah, going back to Kieran. So I'm going to rename him for today's game anyway, Maestro Lanzini. And you know, that goal he scored was phenomenal. Like, you know, and then you watch it back and you think, wow, like that goal. Seriously, the technique that it took to execute that is you can't undermine how good that goal was. And then obviously he dispatched the penalty late into the first half, and ultimately that was the winning goal. So Kieran picked very, very well. Then we go on to the match entertainment value. I don't know about you, Cam, I feel it was an 8 out of 10. Cam, what do you think? Okay, Cam's is he's gone out. Right, so sorry, I've gone to the wrong thing. Let me go back. Sorry, I know you lot can't see me. We go to the random prediction. So the disabled team said VAR used 4 times. I think it was only used once for our penalty. Kieran said West Ham 4 corners in both halves. We only had 1 corner total. Cam said both teams to score and most goals in the second half. If he would have said it the other way around, he would have got that correct, because obviously it was 3 in the first half, 2 in the second. And I said both teams hit the woodwork and West Ham score a header, which didn't happen. Palace hit the woodwork twice, but we didn't score a header. Right, sorry, you lot. There's 2 more things to go, and then I'll move this off the screen. Right, match entertainment value. I believe you're muted, Cam. You know, I believe it was an 8 out of 10. Not just because I picked it. Lee said a 9 out of 10. Stuart said 8 out of 10. Kieran said 8 out of 10. Cam said 9 out of 10. I said 8 out of 10. Right. And then the final, the most difficult, correct score. Stuart and Lee said 3-1 West Ham. They was close. Kieran said 2-2. He was close. And Cam said 5-3. So obviously he's got the result right at least. And I don't like people that gloat. There's a lot of people that gloat. I'm not one of those people. Go West Ham 3-2. 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 Go West Ham 3-2.
Oh, for that one. Jesus.
Yeah, some people just gloat, man. I don't like people that just, they're always gloating and stuff. Like, yeah. 1 second, and then we get back.
Me missus done 3-2 as well. She won 20 quid off that. It's not too bad.
Right. Sorry for that so long, but yeah, that was all fun and games, and yeah, it was good. And I said to Kieran at half time, I said, I hope that I'm not correct, because then it's going to be squeaky bum time, and it proved to be that. And I think if there was maybe another 5 or 10 minutes of that game, they would have scored again. So yeah, I didn't want to be correct when it was 3-0 at half time. Right, let me see this. Okay, right, so we're going to get into the player ratings, which is obviously what this show's about. Let me get to the comments. Sorry for that on the screen for so long, the image. I'm good, but we haven't quality defender. All right, let me go. It's here. And then we'll get to the player ratings. Guys, how are you? Thank you for everyone that's joined. Yeah, but we were hanging on. We need another quality defender. We have to be real. Cam, you read them. I'll put them on. You read them.
Yeah, you're not
you
wrong,
read it?
to be fair to you. Yeah.
Read this one.
I think our problem is that we did shut up shop. Happy New Year, dude. You're right though, that is a problem. Like, we went in 3-0 up at half time, come out, I think we could just sit back. Like that was a game plan, and we did concede 2, and they could have scored more in the first half as well. It could have gone a lot worse.
But it didn't.
So I'm happy with 3 points. Lanzini goal was superb. It was a boss goal. It was an incredible goal. I think it's probably on Lanzini. He comes out with these bangers out of nowhere. He just comes out with these absolute screamers.
All right, so if you're communicating with each other, we'll just quickly go through them. Now I need to address this special guest, Hammerhead. Last night, I accidentally missed one of your comments. It was a funny comment. I saw it after, and I did comment, but the stream had finished by then, and yeah, that was a schoolboy error for me. I normally keep up, but I didn't know you said 3-2, and if you did, you, my friend, are a legend. Anybody that said 3-2 is a legend. Let me get here. He's laughing. Let me get here. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut now and again. Yeah, you're right. That's probably the hardest thing to do, and you're rarely gonna get that correct. And if you remember, I did say I was thinking 2-2, and then when Kieran said it, I wanted to change it up. And Kieran, I think, was actually thinking about 3-2 West Ham. Right. It's a good thing that Lanzini's getting. Oh, good evening, moral folks. Back to his best. Could be important with Ben Rama going to AFCON. Hopefully we'll get Zuma back soon, or purchase a defender in Janu. Up the Hammers. Thank you for joining. Titch, I had 3-1. It was a bit peed off at the end, but it was well. Yeah, and you know what? It's James. It should have been probably 3-1. Like, when they scored their first goal, it's like, yeah, we should have been able to see that out. We should not be giving away 2 goals away. We should have been more comfortable. We were lucky Zaha, Kaya, and Gallagher wasn't playing. So you know what, Gary? Yeah. I understand that, but I also, we haven't got our 3 main defenders in Creswell, Ogbono, and Zuma. So, they are now, and they played well. They did play, and they are, feeling what we're feeling, but in maybe, different parts of the pitch. And for us, the defense is your most important thing. And yeah, so we've got key players out. I remember what I said too. Yeah, something about what's that?
The fact that we're missing our whole starting back line, like it's incredible how we're still managing to hold on.
I remember what I said too. Yeah, it was funny. I can't fully remember. I remember, but I can't. Wise man said something. Yeah, I sort of remember. Even Rice was annoyed how deep we went. Right, made up a song. Rice, baby. Dun 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 dun. What's his price, baby? Dun 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 dun. 120 mil, maybe. Dun, 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 dun. His name's Rice Baby. Yeah, that's a little tune, whatever. Right, so we're going to get to the player ratings. I've caught up with the comments. No, I haven't. Hammerhead, a wise man once said, insert non-racist comical Chinese accent. Oh, man that goes to sleep with itchy bum, wake up with itchy finger. I like that you've stated the insert. Yeah, I love that. Right, so we will finally get to the. Now, I don't generally give the ratings. It's about Cams, normally Davey, and then everybody in the chat. Right, so nope, I'm on the wrong thing. Thank you again for tuning in. Always. Right, we'll go to Cams. How you think Lucas Fabianski played, and also what you would rate him, and then we'll get to the comments. People, this is about you now. What you think? I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about what I give whilst I was watching the game, and from the first half, first half a solid 10 out of 10. First half. Second half though, obviously conceding 2 goals was a bit rough, but I didn't really see him do much wrong, apart from maybe the second goal. The first one I couldn't really see him getting to that. I'll be honest with you. So I'll have to end it giving him a 9 out of 10, like comfortably. 9 out of 10. I feel like Fabianski had a strong game, strong first half.
I would say, he did look in the first. He made all of the saves look easier. That means his positioning was correct, his handling was correct, and yeah, he done. So you're giving him a 9, yeah? 1 second.
Yeah, that's a solid
9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10. What's going on here? So yeah, you look. Now it's about your thoughts. Here we go. So it's right. So a 9 out of 10 from the Scouse Hammer. Let's see what we've got in the comments. Where's man? Gaza. Yes. Okay. Right. Let's read this first. Yeah, but Titch, let's see what we do in the window. I don't want any more excuses that we couldn't bring in a striker. Right. So Gaza, the good thing is, right? People. I saw people, saying we should be getting 7 or 9 points between, Southampton to today's game, and I think the fact that we lost that and we got 6 points, it means that we've kind of got through to January in a decent fashion. We got 34 points, and this was pointed out by James Bong, and we've scored 7 away goals after that poor performance against Southampton. Now, the reality is this, Gaza, is I don't know when we're playing next, and I'm imagining it's not too far away. This is where the owners and the new guy and all that, they should have signings coming in tomorrow because of the state that we're in. Yeah, I don't want to wait till halfway through or after we've played 2 more games, especially with Ben Rama going, and the defense needs reinforcement. So Gaza, I'm on the same page as you. I want to see, like I said, I want to see a marquee signing tomorrow. That's what I want to see, or definitely before we play, and in time for that person to play in our next game, or those persons. 1 second. Could just imagine Miyagi saying that to that. Oh, Mr. Miyagi, sorry. Fabs gets a 7.5 from Hammerhead. Sable Team says 8 out of 10 for Fabs. Let me remove this city, whatever it is. James Bong says 8.5 for Fabs. I think he had a decent game, man. I really do. Why were we in this time last season? Where were we? Sorry. 10th, I think. I don't know, and I don't know how many points, but yeah, we are in a much better position this time round. 8 from Kieran. 8 solid in the first half, and we know Kieran is a bit economical with his rating. So if he gives it 8, yeah, I think I would put him in the 8 bracket. The 2 goals, I wouldn't fault him, but you've conceded 2 goals, so it's hard. But I think an 8 is fair. So who are we waiting on? Lee, what's your rating for Fabianski? Who else is Gaza? Gaza.
My 9 is like an 8 for Kieran, so it sounds like
Yeah. Moral folks, please. Gaza, I don't think you. Who else is in here? Nashi, did you watch it? He might not have watched it. I think he said he just got in actually, so he might not have watched the game. Okay, Robs. Good evening, Robs. Projector Wall. We need 5 players in. I said 5 as well, but as usual, we only get 3. Mark my words. We will be cut short again. I said 5 as well. I said 7 in the summer because we was in Europe, and I meant 7 players that could potentially start, and I said 5 because of our current predicament now. So I agree with that. Yeah, if you can, those that haven't given your rating, just so that we keep up. I'm gonna play this one more time and hopefully we get a couple more ratings in. Let me play the legend.
Antonio.
Listen, if you haven't already done so, please check out the Disabled Team, and please, hit that subscribe button. Leeds fans, obviously, but also, West Ham followers and strong followers of West Ham as well. Is this Lee? Lee's down here with us. Okay, he gives it 8. Okay, thank you. Right, so yeah, I agree with you, Lee. Right, we'll move on. If you want to catch up, you can catch up. So we will go to where is he? Here he is. Cams, Vladimir Sufal. Let me just remove the comment. Yeah, what about Sufal?
I think Sufal had a fairly decent game, to be fair to you. A bit quiet at times. He made some crucial blocks. He put some good balls in that could have led to another goal. He pressed pretty high up the pitch as well, keeping the ball at the corner flag. Like the ball hit the corner flag and stopped. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but it probably has happened, but I've never seen it before. But yeah, I thought Sufal had a really strong game. Didn't really do much wrong in my eyes. Maybe could have kept on his man every now and then. But I'd give him a 7 out of 10. Like not an exciting game, but it didn't do much wrong really. So 7 out of 10.
Unfortunately, he's part of a backline that has let in 2 goals. So 7 out of 10 for Sufal. What are you saying in the comments? Sufal. Yeah, you know what? At least the good thing for me is that he's getting back to his best. Like he was out for a while.
Anthony.
Yeah, and when you come back, it's not easy to just get where you left off basically. And I think he's getting back to the guy that we saw last season. Right, Disabled Team. Sufal 7.5 from Stuart, and Lee gives a 7. What did you give? 7 as well, isn't it? I think there's a bit of a delay with me and Cams. What are we saying in the 7. Chat? I don't know if the chat is, if there's a delay as well. Sufal, people. Vladimir. Let me go here. 7 from Kieran. Same as you. Did well, nothing special. Who's our next game, by the way? Who's our next game, everybody in the chat? And when is that game? Vlad 7.5 from James Bong.
It might be Leeds in the cup on Sunday.
Oh.
Unless we've got one in the week.
So is it Leeds twice in a row now?
Oh no, we got Leeds in the cup, Norwich on the Wednesday, and then Leeds again,
and then Leeds in the league. Okay, I don't know why I thought it was 2. And Norwich it's away, isn't it? Is it away or is it home? Is that rescheduled or is that the one, the second one that should have been played? So I think that's the original fixture. Okay, Kieran said Norwich. And then Leeds. Yeah. So we've got Norwich at home in our next league game, yeah? There's a big delay, man.
Norwich on next league game, a week Wednesday.
So, we've got to be having new faces in and targeting 100% 3 points in that game. There's no easy games, but we need to sort our goal difference. It gives you an extra point. Yep, in that sense. That's why we need to keep the goals down. Yeah, I agree with you. And we've got a better goal difference than Man United and Spurs, but they've got games in hand on us. But at the minute, our goal difference is better than the teams that we are sort of competing with. Even Arsenal as well. Right, so let's just go over to. Let me remove that and go to the next player, which was
I'm gonna leave and join back quick. I'm gonna try and fix this delay.
Yeah. Craig. Right, Craig Dawson.
No, just
Craig...
join back on my phone. Hopefully it fixes it.
All right, Craig Dawson cams.
Craig Dawson.
Okay, it's worked now. It's fixed.
Yeah, should be. Didn't really see him do much wrong, to be fair to you. Again, same as Sufal, I'll have to go a 7 out of 10. He didn't, nothing too exciting really. I say probably could have kept on his man for the first goal as well. But apart from, like I said, standard game for Dawson really. He's just maybe a bit quiet, not really vocal enough.
Right. So you give him a 7, yeah?
Yeah.
Just going through the goals. The first goal I think was it Diop initially?
I can't remember.
Oh no. Diop weren't close enough to him, I think, when he scored. So it came down the left side. I can't remember.
And then either. It will just kind of happen too fast.
the second goal was definitely Diop, just giving away a silly free kick in a dangerous area. But we're not on to him yet. So yeah, I don't think the goals was Dawson's fault. Right. Danny Jackson, welcome, and I see a low rating there. One sec. Norwich, guys, we need to go different. Yes. Right. Okay, so Vlad was poor today for me. Got a 7 off Hammerhead. Rob says maybe sell Rice for 150 mil, make Sutra his replacement, and spend the rest on players we need. You know, if we could get 150 mil for him, then yeah, I think even 120, because I think his contract ends in, is it 2024? So realistically,
I thought it was this season, wasn't it? I thought it was the end of this season. Maybe I don't know why.
No. I think it's 2024. I think, but you know, the longer that sort of goes running down, and the value goes down. So. But realistically, is like I said, if we can go and really go for it in the Europa League, especially with some new signings, then you know, imagine winning that. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm not expecting us to. But I'm saying, imagine that. You know, he would have played a major part in that. He goes with a blessing, and then that might up his stock because he just lifted the Europa. I don't know, but yeah, it's a bit of a. It's hard either way to call when is the right time to cash in, basically. Right, Hammerhead says Dawson gets a 7. Danny Jackson says a 4 for Dawson. Bloody hell, Danny. 7 from Kieran for Dawson. 7. Okay, Lee and Stuart both give Dawson a 7. And Hammerhead agrees with Cam. Okay, yeah. And James Bond gave Dawson a 7.5. Okay, thanks you lot for getting the ratings in kind of quick as well. Yeah, I think he just had a Dawson game. I don't think he was at fault for any of the goals. I do feel that, the defence done something right throughout the game, because clearly, like, Palace looked dangerous in the first 10 or 15. And for large periods of the game, they were the better side. And we kind of, they scored their goals kind of late into the game. So I think, these ratings would have been different if we'd have kept a clean sheet. Like, I think a lot different in regards to people's opinion. And sometimes you just got to look maybe just at the bigger picture. So I think he had a typical Dawson game for me. Let me go to the next player, which is, let me just remove that, Issa Diop, Cams.
Quiet today, wasn't he? Really quiet. It's a tough one, really. I didn't really see much of him today. I'm gonna have to go with a 5 out of 10 here, because I didn't really see much of him. I don't really know what to say about Diop, to be honest. Just surprised me a bit today, to be honest with you. He just didn't look himself. Normally he's a bit more energetic, but didn't really look it today at all.
I would say, I think at 3-0 and 3-1, I see him like, marshalling the defenders. I saw him telling Declan Rice to step out for a free kick. And I don't know if it was the free kick that he gave away to me. I don't know when it was, but I was thinking, look, I'm liking what I'm seeing. You're being commanding and authoritative and all that. But like I said, if I think back, I didn't watch it back, but I think he should have been closer to Edouard for the first goal, and he should not have committed that foul, which ultimately they scored from. And, we're soaking up the pressure on that, so you can't give away free kicks around the edge of your box. So, like I said, I don't really rate the players when we do this, but I would probably have to agree with a 5 because, like I said, I think the defense obviously done some good things in the game, but you know your mistakes as a keeper and defenders will be highlighted, and yeah, so maybe a 5 actually.
They could have scored a lot more in the first half if it weren't for Fabi and the crossbar. To be honest with you, they could have scored a lot more. So I think we've done all right to hold on to a 3-2 win.
Right, so Stuart says 6 for Diop, and Lee says 6.5. He does. Oh, sorry, I missed one. 1 minute, I clicked on the wrong one. Hammerhead said Diop needs to wake up, and that is, I think that's one of his traits. Is that, you know, a lot of the time it's when he plays the left centre back, it's the ball over his head from distance catches him out, and yeah, I think his lapses in concentration are detrimental to us, and they happen on a regular occurrence. Diop is a 7 from James Bong. Kieran says 5, not getting any better. Gave away a silly free kick for their goal. Yep. And Diop for me is lucky to wear our shirt. Now, you know what the frustrating thing with Diop is that we've seen what he can do, and he'd done it at a younger age, and he was newer to the Premier League. So in theory, we should be seeing a better player at this age, and you know, after your time in the Premier League, and we're not. We're seeing a worse player than his first season, which doesn't make any sense. It don't make no sense, and it's that. Yeah, you know, I mean, if Ogbonazuma was fit and Dawson was fit, me personally, I'll be looking to cash in on him because he's young and get someone in that's better than him and better than Dawson. That would be the plan. But at the minute, it's kind of, we can't do that. And yeah, that's from a business point of view as well. And you know, for the long term would be, look, let's cash in on him and get someone else in. But if a 5 is average, there's no way Diop gets higher than a 5. He was worse than Dawson today. A 4 would be generous. You know, Danny, listen, this is why we do this. It says it here. Let me remove the comment. It says, let us know your thoughts in a comment. And yeah, it's everybody's opinion is different, and you know, I can't argue with that either. I can't. If someone gave him a 9 out of 10, and I would say, I don't know about that, but yeah, everybody's opinion is different. So I take that you're going to give him oh no, you gave Dawson a 4. So maybe a 3.5. Yes, but we move on. Yeah. Right. So I was watching Charlie Walsh's watch along, and I think there was people in the comments getting, you know, at Ben Johnson. 1 minute. Just a few, like, not so many good things to say. So once again, it'd be interesting to know your thoughts, Cam, and then obviously everybody else in the chat. Let me remove this. What about you, Cam? Obviously he played 45 minutes, Ben Johnson.
Well, we all know why he's got taken off. It was just, I think it's just because he was on that yellow, and it was just, you know, we don't want to risk him getting sent off. Considering the gap we already have in our defence, a suspension is not what we need at all. I don't think he had a bad game. Really, picking up that yellow might have been a bit unlucky, to be honest. It was I don't know, a bit generous from the referee maybe. But I give him a 5 out of 10 and all. You know, he didn't really do much wrong apart from picking up the yellow, and like I said, he only played 45 minutes. We can't afford a suspension for a defender right now.
Yeah. So you give him a 5 out of 10. So he had an average game in your opinion. Let me just remove that. So before people comment, in hindsight, you know, it makes sense from Moyes, because I'll tell you why. And I don't want to speak about this player too much because we're going to do his rating. But, you know, you replace him with Masuaku, and then after 75 minutes, Sky Sport showed a stat that Masuaku had made 6 tackles, which was the highest out of anybody in the game. So that means that what Moyes saw in the game was that Johnson is going to have to make more tackles and, you know, definitely run the risk of getting a second yellow. And he was probably right. He probably looked at that, and, you know, I don't, but people, you know, say, oh, you don't make subs and that. But the fact that he's done that, and he's put on someone like Arthur Masuaku, who is not the best defensively, I think once again, he's done it for the better of the team and going forward. And ultimately, I think it worked, right? I think it worked because if Masuaku's made 6 tackles after 30 minutes, Johnson would have had to have made at least 3 or 4 of those. And if you remember, Masuaku, when the guy flicked it past him and he got a yellow, and I said to Kieran, that's a good foul. Like, otherwise the guy's got acres to run into. So that was a good foul, and that potentially would have been Ben Johnson committing that. So I think for Moyes, that was is a risk or reward, and it was a risk to take him off and bring him on, but it was also a risk to leave him on, and ultimately it paid off. So yeah, okay, 1 minute. Okay, I think it's Danny's the first one. Yes, it is. Right, Danny says, not a bad game for Johnson. I'd give him a 6. Wish he could have stayed on longer. Yeah.
I'd like to see money done if he's taking.
Cams, who's frozen? I don't know if he's frozen. Who's frozen, you lot? Is it me or him? Because okay, you're back.
I think it was me. I don't know.
Say that again. Say that. What did you say? I didn't hear any of that.
I don't think I've seen Johnson have a bad game since he made his debut. So I'd have liked to see him stay on a bit longer, but the chances of him picking up that red card, it's not a risk probably worth taking.
Exactly. So it was a calculated risk from Moyes, I believe. Right, disabled team. A defender getting a yellow card early in the game takes away how they would normally play. 5, and Lee gives a 5. So Stuart and Lee from the disabled team both gave a 5. I think everybody in here is already subscribed. But if you're not, please check out the disabled team's YouTube channel. And Stuart has been giving me some good information in regards to graphics and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's surprising. Like, it's good to gain that knowledge or information. Right, so Hammerhead said 8 was brilliant. The crosses he put in today were, yeah. See, so we've had 5s, we've had 6s, we've had 8, and like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Okay, he was brilliant today. Kieran says 6 was getting targeted by AU. That's why Massa came on. Yeah, and like I said, if you look at Masuaku's defensive stats after coming on, Moyes was very shrewd in what he done there. Okay, sorry, I thought I was right. Here we go. Hammerhead says he was only brought on because of the yellow, in my opinion. Yeah, it was. And James Bong says Johnson gets a 7 from him. Right, let's go to who do you want to go to first, Rice or Souček? Cams,
we'll go Souček.
Souček. 1 minute. Here he is.
Quiet game for Souček again. I think last season, I think half of us can agree that Rice and Souček was probably the best midfield partnership in the Premier League last season.
Yep. Yeah. I
think half of us can agree that this season it doesn't seem to work that way. I feel like the chemistry's sort of just gone between them. But I also think that's probably down to Declan Rice stepping up a bit more, pushing forward a bit more, like he did today to set up Lanzini. But Souček today, just another quiet game. Like he thrived last week when he was against Noble, because Noble's more of a sit back kind of guy. Souček thrived and got a goal. And what a play that was as well. That was a screamer of a goal. That just a ball from Jared Bowen. I'll give Souček a 7 out of 10 today. Made some good passes going forward. He kept the ball well. To be fair, I think he lost it twice from what I remember. But yeah, 7 out of 10. A quiet game though.
Jeez, man. Right, so Masuaku was right. Hamed said Masuaku's side was exposed for the goal. It was, and obviously they did target that. Disabled team says Souček gets a 6.5, but that's because Rice was back in the team. It holds him back. Yeah, I feel that Souček had a decent game, and because of the 2 goals at the end, even though Palace was well in the game, clearly the team was doing something right leading up to, before we'd actually conceded. And I think that the player ratings could have been different if we would have kept a clean sheet. Souček gets a 7 from Hammerhead. Kieran says 6, not his best. He gave him a 6. And Sableton says, 7 from Lee, so he agrees with you, Cam. And Suchek 7, he held back by Rice. Yeah, that is. And the thing is from what we know of Suchek, his forte is getting in the box, ghosting into the box, and getting goals, and that's not Rice's forte. So it makes sense to allow him to carry on doing that, and then every third or fourth attack, Rice comes forward. So it's more of a catch people unawares and that, but that's down to the manager's tactics to address that. Right, so thank you for your comments, obviously. Let me move on to his partner and the man we were just talking about, Rice Baby. Let me move that. Yeah, so sorry, Cam. So basically, obviously, he had a rest. He didn't play against Watford, and then he was back today.
Strong performance from Declan again. Very rarely lets us down, does he, Declan Rice? Very rarely. And setting up Lanzini today, I mean, what a run that was as well. I thought he was going to go all the way, go for a little Declan Rice special, all the way, finish it. But no, he's not greedy at all. He's passed it to Lanzini, and what a screamer that was. Honest to God, absolute unbelievable goal. I don't know where he pulls these out of the bag, but it was unbelievable. But Declan Rice had a good game though anyway, energetic anyway, chasing the ball down everywhere. I'd say 7 out of 10. He wasn't at his best, let's be honest, but he never lets us down, he never does much wrong.
Okay, 7 for Declan Rice, and Suchek held back. Alright, so here, okay, sorry. Suchek was back to doing the ugly stuff well and working with... and I do appreciate, what he does do when it's not scoring. He does, defensively, the headers and breaking up play and just being gangly and, getting in people's way and all. Yeah, he does a lot of stuff that maybe goes unnoticed. 7.5 from James Bong. Right now, James Bong gave Rice an 8 out of 10. Okay, I'm off to watch Hammers on BBC. Oh, big up Hammers Fans United. Thank you, Rob, for tuning in. And if you lot want to go pause the TV or record it or whatever, then I forgot about that. But but thank you for tuning in. Disabled team, 7.5 for Rice, independable and a great run leading to Lanzini's goal. Lee gives Rice a 7. And let's go to here we go. Danny Jackson says nice 7 for Rice, nice set up for the goal. See, Danny's rhyming. 7 for Rice, nice set up the goal. I'm gonna see Kieran's rating. Let me just go here. Here we go. 7.5. Oh, so Kieran, okay. Kieran's gave him a 7.5, and so was Hammerhead, I can see. 1 second, people. Right, so 7.5 from Kieran, and 7.5, and also from Hammerhead. Rice has to get a 7.5 commanding runs today. Like I said, if you don't want to go and pause or record, what the hell, man? I'm gonna do that now, actually, and then we'll get back to this. Actually, let me quickly put on. Okay, right. This guy. What about? 1 second. Manuel Lanzini, aka Maestro Lanzini, aka Mr. Hammerette. Cams, I'm sure this is going to be a. Let me remove that first.
2 goals on his tally. Let's be honest with you, he's getting back into it, isn't he? We all love Lanzini in 2015-16 last season at Upton Park. Sorry, I think that was probably one of his best seasons, to be fair to you. But I think today he showed his old self again. Same old Lanzini. I'd give him a comfortable 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
And maybe if he didn't go off and stayed on, he could have finished his hat trick as well. I was hoping he'd get his hat trick today. But
8.
Yeah,
you can do 0.5. I don't want to sway you, but you can do 0.5 if you want.
Nah, I'm sticking with
8. Okay.
8 out of 10.
Right, so 8 out of 10 for Maestro Lanzini, aka.
Would love to see him finish his hat trick though. Would absolutely love to have seen that, but he came off.
Okay, right. So Hammerhead says 9. Sorry, I clicked on that and it put. Oh no, right. So and then he says the duel gets a 9. He only scores great goals. That was a great goal. Right. Disabled Team says 9 out of 10. His best game this season. Lee also gives a 9. Danny says 9.5, man of the match. James Bong says Lanzini, man of the match. Kieran picked him obviously as his West Ham player to watch. And okay, Kieran's here. Kieran says Lanzini gets a 9, not for his goal, but he was the conductor today. Totally today, controlled the game. I'm just making up words that are not even in there. Like I said, every now and again I will chime in, and yeah, I would have to give him a 9 as well. And ultimately, his goals proved to be, well, the penalty was the winning goal, and I'm glad to see him back to his best. And I was one of the people that saying, look, when he came, he just looked like he was just there and he weren't really doing nothing. Like, if PSG or someone at the time that, if they want to buy him, like maybe we sell him, and because he did look like he'd gone stale. The injury had played its toll. But the good thing is, he seems to be like coming back, like literally, coming back, man. Which is, it's not easy from certain injuries and the pace of the Premier League, all of that, and then being out of the team for so long. So you got to give him a lot of credit. And I was not one of these people, when people was saying, "Oh, we need to get Lanzini in," and I wasn't one of those people. So I'm not going to come on in and be like, "Yeah, I've been calling." I wasn't one of those people, because I just thought, you know what, Lanzini's almost done at West Ham. Like, that's the way it looked to me. So I'm glad that that's not the case. And clearly today, we needed Maestro Lanzini, aka Mr. Hammerette. Agreed, Kieran. I'd say he did the same against Watford. Yep. So yeah, Kieran actually called it. He said, if those three play and he's allowed to pick it up deep and conduct, then that's why he picked him as a player to watch. And he played the way Kieran anticipated or wanted him to play. Right, so who do you want to go for? We'll leave Antonio till last. So which one of the ones, Bowen or Ben Rama?
We'll go Ben Rama.
Ben Rama, dun 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 dun. Jared Bowen, dun 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 dun. Michael Antonio, are your hammies still good to go? Right, let me go to the comments first. Absolutely. And Rob says Hammer's second on Match of the Day. Okay, yeah, please just record it. We won't stay on too long. Right, sorry, I'm going to Ben Rama, who's off to the African Cup of Nations, and he's finally finding some consistency. For me, it looked like it was his goal as well, and at the very least, it's an assist. So at least, some people saying he may well be sold as well. So at least, he's had a decent run of games going into his departure. Right, let me remove this. Okay, Kieran. Sorry, I mean not Kieran. Clarence. Side Ben Rama.
Easier. I don't want to see Ben Rama go in January. I'll start with that. I don't want to see. I love the kid to bits, and I had faith in him all last season when everyone was on his back last season, up until towards the end. And I always thought his case. I rate the kid highly. I'd love to see him stay. Like a lot of people do say, he's not a Moyes player, but I'd love to see him stay. Another good performance today. He probably came off a bit earlier, but I didn't really see him do much wrong, to be honest with you, at all. I think I think he's a bit nervous as well about going to the Africa Cup of Nations as well. I think I feel like I've sorry, my tongue's getting twisted all over the place here. But I just start with Ben Rama. I think he just had a quality game today. I think he was. Sorry, lad.
Stage fright.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there, mate. Sorry.
That's all right.
All right, start again. Deep breaths.
Jeez, man. Today though, you were going to do it today though, weren't you?
Yeah, something. Yeah.
I'm joking.
Well, anyway, Ben, I love the kid to bits, but he probably did have a quiet game today. To be honest with you, like Ron Chaki, he probably had a quieter game today than normally. He didn't really do much wrong. He like some good passes, and like I said, the goal probably could have been his as well. But I'd give him a 7 out of 10. Like, he didn't really do much wrong, but nothing too exciting at the same time. Like I said, I reckon that's probably just nerves because he's going to Africa and that maybe. Or I'm not too sure, but a quiet game for Ben Rama today.
The way you was stumbling over your word, I thought you were going to propose to Ben Rama, like, you didn't know how to. Yeah, like, is that? Yeah.
I don't know what happened. The head just fell off. Then I don't know what happened there.
Right, let me. First of all, let me big up Roy. Thanks for joining, Roy, as always. Not getting notifications. I don't know why. I don't know if you've clicked on all though, because like you might have. There's custom or whatever. There's none. There's like custom and then personalized, and then there's all. If you click on all, hopefully it rectifies that, Roy. But thanks for tuning in. Let me go back. Oh no, so Kieran said 6.5. This was for. Is that Ben Rama, Kieran? It must be, innit? Yeah, it is. Right, so Kieran gave Ben Rama a 6.5 out of 10. Disabled team gave Ben Rama 7. Oh, they both said 7.5. Roy, I've just read that. Danny Jackson says 7.5 for Ben Rama. James Bong 7.5 for Benny. Hammerhead says Benny, that cross was magnifique. 7.5. We've got a lot of 7.5s. Kieran says g'day Roy, mate. Roy Chappell, are you on Twitter? Is from the disabled team, and I'll have a look now, mate. Yeah, and you can catch up, Roy. You can literally. Obviously, we've still got Bowen, Antonio, Moyes. Well, the subs, and then Moyes. So you can literally just throw all of your ratings in, and we'll read them out. Right. So thank you for you lot. Putting your comments in. Right. Let's go to the second player in the song. Jared Bowen. Boom, 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 boom. Jared Bowen. Let me remove. No, your score. What are you saying for Bowen, people? And Cams?
I'm going. I'll go another 7 out of 10 today. Just a quiet game, wasn't it, really, for Bowen? I feel like maybe he was resting today after all the effort he put in at Watford. I feel like Watford game is all about Bowen. I was hoping he'd bounce back after Watford and thrive today, but like I said, maybe he was just resting because he did work hard.
Yeah.
Quiet game, though. Again, didn't really do much wrong. He kept the ball moving fast as we were pushing up. Put in a couple of nice balls as well, which again could have led to a goal. Nothing wrong from Bowen today, really. 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Before everybody comments, and everybody in the comments can actually answer this question. I'm sure, it's Leeds in the FA Cup next. Would you play him? Would you have him on a bench, or would you leave him out of the squad for that game?
I'd play him.
You would play him, yeah?
I'd play him, yeah. I mean, we've got a week to rest till then. The only problem is we've got 2 Premier League games in less than a week. Obviously Wednesday, then Sunday again at Leeds.
Yeah. I think I would, at the most, I'd put him on the bench because, he's been... And today he didn't have a bad game at all. And he's been fantastic for us. And I think you need to protect certain players where possible. And I think, Leeds will make changes, but they are, they're severely weakened already. And those, realistically, when else are you going to rest Bowen? Because all the Premier League games is important. Europa League games is all important. So I think probably this is the only game that Moyes going to get to actually rest him. And I think just give him a complete rest, as in not even in the squad. But also your result and your ratings and your thoughts, everybody in the chat, as to what you would do with Bowen for Leeds in the FA Cup.
True saying that as well. What Stuart said yesterday about Leeds should be focusing on the league, not the cup game.
Exactly.
So hopefully, if Leeds have got the same train of thought, then we could put a kids team out, they can hopefully do the same. Which is nice to see as well, to two giant clubs.
Of course.
And I've got the younger players out. It's nice to see.
I think it will be semi-similar to the last Europa League game. Like, I don't think the centre-backs will play. He may well play. I would have put Krau at centre-back in that Europa League game, but he didn't. But I'm saying, like, you'll see the likes of Krau, Elise, Ashby, and, you know, and rightly so, I think. Not to undermine the FA Cup, but, you know, times have changed, like, from, you know, back in the day where, yeah, people's priorities have changed. And, you know, Moyes would be, if he puts out a full strength and we get 2 injuries, people will be slating him. So, yeah, I think he just needs to, you know, your Yarmolenkos and your Oko Flexes, let them play, man. Right, so Roy's not on Twitter, he's just on Facebook. Yeah, I don't use Twitter. Out of sorts today from Bowen, but work rate was still there. 6.5 from Hammerhead. Danny gave Bowen a 7 out of 10. Disabled team. I'll find you on Facebook and message you before the show's about to start. Oh, thank you, Stuart. But yeah, that trick should work, Roy. Just hit I think it's the black bell, which is all, so you get all notifications. I don't know how the personalised one works. Bowen a 7 from James Bong. Kieran 6.5. Bowen, the ball didn't come to him. That didn't come down his much. Yeah, and that's the thing. Palace did have a lot of the play. Hamed would put him on the bench for the cup game. Benny 7 from both of us, from Stuart and Lee, and Roy gave Ben Rama a 7.5. Right, so before I put this man on the screen, Roy, you didn't see this, and I want any excuse to play it. It's short, Roy, like 11 seconds. Before I put this next man on the screen, you don't know what's coming. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. Where is it? Uh-oh. Roy, get ready, my friend.
Antonio!
The main man. Right, let's go to. Here we go. Right, so that we removed the 7. Mikel Antonio. That's 2 goals in 2 games since he scored against Southampton as well, didn't he?
Did he?
Yes. And did he score against Watford? No, he didn't. Sorry.
No, he didn't.
No, my bad.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Then, yeah.
Right, so he's got 2 in 3. Like I said, today, I'm not sure I thought it went straight in. But yeah, you know, at least he's getting back on the goal scoring charts. What did you think of his performance and his rating, Cam?
I'll give his rating first. I'll go 7 out of 10. I'll go 7.5. Go on, I was going to go 8. Okay. 7.5.
Right.
Nice. Like you said, it's nice to see him score again. I love the celebration. I always love Antonio celebrations. That's one of my favourite things about seeing him scoring. Again, not much wrong really, and he looked like same old Antonio back at it again. And I think have we seen them clips at Watford as well with his he was getting pushed about, wasn't he? And,
yeah, a lot.
He got pushed into another player as well, and the ref actually gave the foul to them, so I thought it was a bit funny. But he got him back. He wrestled him to the floor, didn't he? He got him back. I don't know if you've seen that clip.
No, I see him put it on Insta. I don't really use it, but because obviously I follow him, I see him.
I can't remember who it was now, but the fella that was pushing him around, he wrestled him to the floor about a couple of minutes after. But 7.5 out of 10. Good performance today. He got his goal. Again, not much wrong. Our attacking players I didn't really see much wrong from them today. Maybe I don't know. I can't actually say anything. I think that we played really well going forward. It was just again conceding the 2 goals when we were at the back. And that was the game plan by the looks of it. We went in at half time 3-0 up, and he's gone just sit back, just play how we normally play.
Yeah.
We conceded.
Alright, let's get to the comments. So Danny says, I'll have him on the bench. This is Bowen. Hard to pull him completely with Benny out for AFCON. Yeah, I just think, Danny, that this is realistically is the only game that we can literally just give him a break. Remember, Antonio's been out of the squad for Europa or Carabao Cup and all. I just think that the energy and work rate that he puts in, this is possibly the only game that we're going to get to give him a complete rest. And I'm saying that hoping that we are, successful in our endeavours in the league and all of that, and Europa, and he will clearly be starting all those games. Thank you. Roy says, love it. I knew would lead into a West Ham fan. Like I said, you know, they're clearly Leeds, but they love West Ham. So, and I love that. Yeah, you know, Stuart sent it to me, and you know when things make you smile, I like that. Antonio just got his toe to the ball for the goal. Okay, yeah. So it looked, it really did look like went straight in. But you know, credit for him for one, you know, staying on side. Obviously, it's a great ball in, and those type of balls is like, yeah, you make sure that you get on the end of it, basically.
The technique of the goal looked a bit like what he did at Leeds, you know, the sole of the foot. And he just it in. It looked very similar. And
you know, he's under pressure as well. So, right, 7.5. Glad he got his goal. Me too. And, you know, he played more so, I believe, today as a striker, like more centrally, more of the time. So, we need more of that, obviously. Like, we need him to play his position, basically. James Bong, Antonio 7.5. Is that what you gave him, or did you give him 7? No, you gave him 7.
I said 7.5. Me.
Okay, yeah, same. Antonio played okay. 7.5 from Stuart, and Lee gives a 7. Danny Jackson 8 for Antonio. Stayed in position. Okay, I didn't even see this, and gave their defense headache. Right, so you same thing as me. Like, yeah, he stayed in the middle. Like, you've got to occupy your centre backs and make life hard for them. Let's hope Antonio hits beast mode. I see him have a decent shot from outside the box as well, which went just wide, and you know that's not his forte, but yeah, decent effort. Mode again. Oh, beast mode again. Sorry. Lee's laughing his head off at Roy Chappell. What did I miss? Calling him a West Ham fan. Sorry. We've got him now, Roy. You can hear him saying that as well. Like, yeah. Lee, don't worry. You don't need to tell your Leeds friends like that you're West Ham. Right, so we will go to the right. Let me get the subs up because I want to know, you know, the time that they played. 1 second.
Noble.
No, it was Masuaku first. So Masuaku came on at half time. 1 second. Arthur. I don't say it too much, but yeah, if you can, people, just please like the video and any video of mine that you, because you know it's generally the same people in it. So I know some people you just forget, but you know it can only help.
Did Masuaku copy yellow as well? Actually,
yeah, but I think it was a smart yellow. Like, you know, the guy's done him, and if you know, this is what I believe, right? The guy's done him, and I could be wrong, but you know, and then he would have had about 30 yards of empty space to cut in, you know, to our box. Now, he fouled him, and I said to Kieran, that's a good foul. I can guarantee you, if Arthur Masuaku don't foul him and they go on to score, people will say, why didn't you get a yellow card? So, you know, I'm giving him massive credit for, you know, he's thinking, you know what? Fuck it, I'm doing this for the team. Took one for the team. So, yeah, and before you say your rating, Cam, let me remove this. Arthur Masuaku, after 75 minutes, had made 6 tackles, the most from anybody on the pitch, you know, and he'd only been on for 30 minutes at that time. I know the goals came down that side, and you know, he probably got put on because of Johnson's yellow card, clearly, because Johnson would have got another one because of the work that Masuaku had to do. So I'm going to give him a rating, which I don't think I've done today. I'm going to give Masuaku a 7 out of 10. Yeah, like, he done well for us. If you remember, he nicked the ball on the edge of the box, like literally on the 18-yard line. He made, you know, crucial interceptions, and then when he needed to take one for the team, he done it. Anybody player can get done with what the guy done. Read the word, I think. So now, are you going to let this guy just run? You're not going to catch him? No. He said, I'm going to take a yellow card. I'm giving him a 7. Right, so... sorry, you haven't even give yours, have you? My bad. Sorry, Cam.
I'm going the same anyway. So
sorry, my bad.
Pretty much the same reasoning. 7 out of 10. And what we've said about Masuaku in the past, about, you know, he's not very good defending, or defensive-wise, and he proved us wrong today. He showed us that he can defend. He was going forward as well. The same old that he somehow we're going forward faster when he's on the pitch, and that's what I like to see. And he was there defensively today.
Good crosses. He put a couple of good crosses in as well.
He did. So yes, 7 out of 10. Like you said, he did take one for the team and got the yellow. I forgot he got that yellow actually until now. I only just realised, and I know we were all saying before, like we'd like to see Ben Johnson have a bit longer, but you can't knock Masuaku today. I think he was incredible today.
I'm waiting to Hammerhead. I know this guy. That nope. Brother Kieran, if Lee lived in London, he would be a West Ham fan. I would make sure. Yeah, man. And you know what the funny thing is, I've said this before. Like the fact that you guys are Leeds, and you know you show a lot of love to the West Ham channels, and yeah, I've got nothing but respect for your I don't know, your dedication or your support of the West Ham channels. Right, so Masuaku, this is Hammerhead, had some good tackles, yes, but eventually got exposed down his side and it led to a goal. 5. He only played half a game, but yeah, I'm sticking with my 7. Okay, so is right. Stuart and Lee both give Arthur a 7. See, I was a bit harsh, to be fair. Oh, but I can't stand him. You can change your score. I root for Masuaku, man. Like I said, I know he's not the best left back, but he will have good games there. But I just think he's a decent footballer and he can do a job for us left forward. Kieran says he stopped Ayew from playing, then even switched Ayew to the right. See? Thank you. Look, Kieran gave him a 7.5, and we know Kieran's ratings are stringent and stingy. So, I wouldn't disagree with that, Kieran. Like, I think he's done well, man. I really do. And I know that some people, once you kind of don't like no one, you can't like, nah, I think 7 or 7.5, because I saw what he done for the team. Crucial tackles and whatnot. And you've got to look at that stat. We've got Declan Rice on the pitch. Obviously Ben Johnson, and the fact that after half an hour on being on the pitch, he's made more tackles than all of those players. Right, he made a shitload of tackles, yet wasn't at fault for any of the goals. 7, thank you, James. I agree. They did come down his side, but that was a problem side even when Johnson was on the pitch, and that's why he got booked, and that's why Moyes took him off. Left, yep. Danny says, I don't think a 5 is harsh. So that means Danny must be, I think, 5 as well. Let me see if we get caught up. I'm going to get to the other subs. Danny, did you give your rating? So, on. So, right. Okay, yeah. 71 minutes. Right, so, 71 minutes. He played about 23, 24, 25 minutes. That was... okay, sorry. Roy gave Masuaku a 6. Right, let me get to the next player. He played just over 20 minutes, and that was... Where is he? Nikola Vlasic. Cams.
Quiet game today, wasn't he? I got kind of excited, when I seen him coming on. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping maybe he's gonna add another goal to his tally after scoring at Watford. Quiet game, really. Didn't really see much of him today. I'll go for the standard. Oh, I might have to give him a 4 out of 10. Actually, 4 out of 10. Just same what he didn't really look interested really today. Actually, to be fair, let me change that. I'm going to go 5 out of 10. He made a good run into the box, and he did play. He tried to play a pass and it didn't work out. He got blocked, but the excitement was there as soon as he came on. I thought he might have got another goal today, and he let me down a bit. So 5 out of 10. Okay.
I would say that I feel a lot of our attacking players weren't involved as much in the second half because of the tactics that we was playing, and we were just sitting deep. And once you pick up the ball so far away from the opponent's goal, it's hard to do your thing. So I just think that we had the wrong tactics in the second half, and that affects our forward players, obviously. 1 minute.
I seen one good run from him today, I think, but he lost it. He couldn't finish it. He could have released it too early, or early enough. Sorry.
Hammerhead says Vlasic Pickles gets a 6. Danny says I didn't give. Oh, sorry, but I say a 5. I went lower earlier, but you guys made some good points. See, I like that. Yeah. Vlasic got about the pitch a bit when he came off the ball. Stuart gives a 6. Lee gives a 5. Danny says 6 for Vlasic. He's grown on me slowly though. Kieran, I don't think. Oh yeah, sorry, I couldn't see that one. Right, hard to score sitting deep. Like didn't help. We gave him a 6. Yeah. Once again, I'll say this: when Ben Rama came to us, I was expecting a lot, and it took a long time. So I was clearly like, this guy, like, come on, man. Like, in certain videos, like reviewing the games, I was saying, like, come on, this guy's got to give us more. And we all know that Ben Rama, for the first half or 2/3 of his first season, he wasn't great. I've been patient with Vlasic. I haven't written him off once. I haven't questioned anything, like, because, you know, like I said, I've said it many times, he's Croatia's number 10. He's clearly got something about him as a player, and sometimes it takes time and your opportunity. So I've never once been a doubter of Vlasic, but I have said that I hope he don't turn out to be a typical West Ham signing where it's quite a lot of money and, you know, it just comes to nothing. Yeah, so, you know, that's just being cautious. Never write him off. And, you know, I see him today, and I don't know if anybody would agree with me, but when he went on that run, he got body checked and rode the tackle, right? Now, I think 6 weeks ago, he loses the ball or maybe loses balance. So I think maybe he's been in the gym and he's getting more acclimatized to the rough and tumble of the Premier League, because when I see him ride that challenge, and it was he had the ball, so he kind of was at a disadvantage or unbalanced. He got bodied and he rode it, so he's clearly getting stronger. He's still, he's getting up to speed, I feel, with the Premier League. Right, Kieran, of course, I read that. And Royce says Vlasic 5. I'm just hoping he turns out to be good. Yeah, same here. I'm hoping. I'm not once written him off. I'm hoping that is the case. Right, so the last sub, and it wasn't for very long, was, on 89 minutes. So these ones is probably pointless. Right, sorry. Vlasic gets a 7 from James Bong. The last one was, remember he played 5 minutes, there's 4 minutes of injury time. You can rate him if you want, anybody can rate him, but yeah, it's not a long time.
We'll go 5 out of 10. Come on, he had 5 minutes. It's strange seeing him on the pitch without the armband. You know, I'm still not used to that. But 5 out of 10 anyway. Didn't really do nothing wrong. He only had 5 minutes today, didn't he? To be honest, so.
Right, Hammerhead says Noblerone. I've not even heard that before. You lot funny. Gets a 10 just for being Nobes. That's a good one. 5 for Nobes from the disabled team. And it's the only time he should be used too. Yeah, the Watford game was almost out of necessity, and it shows that clearly Crow is not rated. And then today, there was people, I watched a video recently, and they were saying like, Rice has got to earn his way back into the team, which is, come on, that's ludicrous. He's shown over the last 2.5-3 seasons why he's the captain, why, any of the top teams would want him in their team, and, potentially teams around Europe. So, he was out through a suspension, and he comes straight back in, obviously. You can buy a bar mark of Mark Toblerone from the club shop Titch. I didn't know that. Someone told me earlier I couldn't give a player who came on in 89th minute a 7. They were wrong, and I'm once again giving Mark a 7. Look, Hammerhead gave him a 10. You can do what you want. You can literally say what you want in regard to ratings, and I mean that. Like, this is your choice. You understand what I'm saying to you? That's your choice to say whoever you want, whatever you want. Nobes gets a 7 from James Bond. See, he's done the same thing. Kieran says, pat on the back. Pat on the back. Right, we will get to Moyes. Someone had to remind me last time to do the manager. 1 second. Davido Moyes. That's his Spanish name. Right, David Moyes, Cams. What would you rate him for today's result?
Let's be honest. That our game was all about the first half. In fairness, he changed the game plan, didn't he? Obviously, coming into the second half, trying to be more defensive, just to hold on to that 3-0 lead.
Yep.
And it didn't. It almost didn't work. Let's be honest. I mean, 3-2 in the last 10 minutes. But I'll give him a 7 out of 10, only because I feel like we went in with the right. We went into the first half with the right mindset, and I think he let us down a bit in the second half. We could have bagged a few more goals, made it a bit more comfortable in the end, rather than when West Ham go 3-2 down in injury time, it's never comfortable. So
give him a 7.
7 out of 10, yeah.
All right. What I would do is to play devil's advocate. I'd say this, and I'm not comparing Palace to Man United, but I'm saying, let's say we done what we normally do against a lot of the bigger team, which is soak it up and hope to win 1-0. Right? Let's say this is for everybody in the chat. Right? Let's say we played Man United and we just sat back, and at the end we scored 1-0. Everyone would be like, fucking, masterclass. It was a bit. So we have to put it into perspective and say, you know what, he done something similar, but in a different way. So first half, we got the job done. Now it's down to them. It's not down to us to score. They've got to score 3 goals just to match us. We've done all of our work in the first half, right? And then yes, he's gone to all right, let me tell you this, right? Same thing when I use comparisons with Alpha Masuaku getting a yellow, and if he didn't, people would say he should have took a yellow for the team. Let's say Moyes went gung-ho in the second half and they drew 3-3. What would we be saying, Cams?
Sorry, mate, what was that? I'm zoned out again.
So basically, I think that if Moyes went gung-ho in the second half and we ended up drawing 3-3 or losing 4-3, the fans would be saying we should have locked up shop and hope to catch them on the counter. I believe that's what people would say. So it's always hindsight is a wonderful thing. So I think that he got it right. It was uncomfortable, but we've been uncomfortable against Chelsea when we ended up winning. Liverpool, when we won 3-2, we've been uncomfortable a lot. And today we was uncomfortable, but thankfully Moyes didn't start by sitting deep against, which he done against Southampton. So I think he's changed his tactics, and then he reverted to tight for the second half.
Which is what we've been asking for. We've been asking to be on the front foot a bit more, which is what we did today in the first half. But like you said, Pip, that's probably what people would ask for. Like in the 3-0 up, just close shop, just absorb it, which is what we tried to do. And in fairness, they did nearly score a few times in the first half in the bar. Exactly. And if it weren't for Fabianski, they probably could have got a goal as well. So it could have been a lot worse, and we could have ended up bottling it completely. But I'm happy with the 3 points today. So, that's why Moyes gets a 7 for me. I feel like we play well, and we seem to really like these 3-2 results, which isn't a problem.
Hammerhead says Moyes gets a 11-12. Moyes gets a 7, and Lee gets a... So Stuart and Lee both said 7. Real talk, Moyes gets a 6.5. And like I said, I think the Arthur Masuaku decision was what a manager gets paid for. You understand? Yes, we know Ben Johnson's a better defender, but that's where you earn your bread. And I think, that decision crumbled a bit for Moyes. You're funny, Hammerhead. Happy New Year to you, Alfred. Yeah, that's funny. It's funny. 20.
That's why I didn't hear you, but I was reading chat myself. I was just sort of
laughing. Oh, and then you zoned out.
That's why I was reading chat, and I just sort of zoned out a bit.
Kieran says 7 is fair. 6 for Moyes, squeaked the win, and only the second team to... Oh yeah, so yeah, that's a good point. To win at Palace this season, and evidently he's a Salah Slayer. 9 for the Messiah. Right, that's what I was going to say, and thanks for reminding me, because I probably would have forgot.
Villa the only other team?
I don't know, but they've won the last 4 games at home, Palace, and leading up to the game, I heard the commentator say, like West Ham, this is not necessarily a good game for them because of Palace's recent home record. So the fact that we've gone there, scored 3 goals in the first half is great stuff. 1 second. So let me see. Everybody's right. Let me see the Messiah. So we got a 9. Happy New Year to you, brother. Big respect always. Yeah, right. So I know someone else before said, how would we rate the ref? So we can do that as the last part of the ratings. Yeah. Thoughts on the referee today, everybody, and the fact that he gave us a penalty.
A rating? We actually, if you want to give the referee a rating, 7 out of 10. I'm really happy with the officials today. I'll be honest with you. Even the VAR decision to give us that penalty, I don't see any other officials giving us that ever. So,
right.
7 out of 10 for the referee today.
Yeah, I think like I said, is looking at it, I weren't sure he was going to give us the penalty. And VAR. So yeah, I'm gonna get to the comments. 1 second. Here we go. Right, so Cam gave the ref 7, yeah. 7. Right, so people in the comments gave the ref, I think. Boom, 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 boom. Ref outstanding. Hammerhead gave him a 10 out of 10. Did he have any moments today where you think, ref, are you having a laugh?
Not once. That's why he gets a good rating for me, to be fair.
I agree with the 7. You lot, before we're going to it won't be a long show. We'll probably do another 15 minutes. I posted something on the community tab on YouTube that people may not have seen, but basically what I was going to do is I was going to do a private StreamYard that wasn't going live, and anybody that couldn't watch the game, I was just going to put my phone or camera there and you could have watched the game. So there'll be times in the future where I might do that, and if people haven't got access to the game, and I do, if it's on BT Sport or Sky, then we can do that. And like I said, it's a private party. So right, so let me just bring in a very special guest as always. G'day, mate.
Real massive.
I'm good, man. Just give us your thoughts, Kieran, like as a game as a whole, please. 7.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, do you know what? I was fortunate enough, unfortunate enough, fortunate enough. My boy couldn't get up at bloody 3:30 this morning to watch it, right?
Yeah.
So just as the game finished, he woke up and said, "Oh, Dad, I want to watch the game," right? So I didn't tell him anything. So I watched it again with him. So then I could watch it more, watching the players, and who done more. It gives you a bit of insight, doesn't it, when you watch it without the emotion. So yeah, so I thought we done pretty well, but there were bloody times in that first half we could have conceded 2 or 3. It was a bit worrying. But I thought Ben Rama's ball into Antonio was an absolute peach.
Yep.
World-class ball. And but I think Ben Rama didn't do a great deal after that, He was looking good in the first half and then sort of went out of the game. And that was a shame, because I thought he was going to kick on from there. Lanzini, for me, just controlled the game. And because once I'd seen the game the second time, I weren't looking for his goals. I was just watching him a lot. And you see some of the little passes, how he holds the ball and just conducts the midfield. I thought it was sensational. He did that. But that got harder in the second half because we got deeper. And I don't know if I want to blame Moyes for this. I think it's the players' mentality. Because you're 3-0 up, they sit a bit deeper. They don't sort of push as hard as they were. They'd rather go up to the wings and then sort of pass back. They just don't push it as hard as they do when they're looking for a result. And I think that might not be. I think Moyes wouldn't be too happy about that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it'd be more the players doing that. And even Rice said in his interview last week, said we've got to stop doing this, sitting deeper once we get a lead. That was his criticism of their game. But it's a great 3 points. It's great to start a new year, but I've always said with 3 points, like the start of the season. It's nice to get 3 points on the board when you start. And we've got 6 good fixtures coming up, that are, points are gettable in most of them. They really are. So
and a window.
And that Norwich game's been rescheduled for next week, isn't it?
Oh, that's what the game is. It's not the second one. It is actually the rescheduled one, yeah?
Yeah, it's the rescheduled one for next week,
Just quick, let me just get to the right. Brother Kieran, hope you're well, our friend. That's from Disabled Team.
Yeah, mate. All good, brother.
Apparently, this is from James. Apparently, the Messiah just equaled Fergie's win record at Palace, hence the sell her state. Okay, see?
Really?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a start, isn't it?
Agree with Kieran. We need to be more fast out of the blocks. We've been struggling to get into the start of games. Yeah, and they hit the post after about 10 seconds.
Mate, exactly. Yeah, I think it was about 40 seconds. You know what I mean? We've done this in the last couple of games. They conceded early in 4 minutes and 8 minutes, and that could have been another one in the first minute. We've got to stop that. Yeah, it's worrying. But we weathered the storm, didn't we? And then started to play a bit more then. And I say Ben Rama was superb with that ball he put in. I thought even when you see the other goal where Rice took the ball up forward, you can see even Antonio's run. He took the centre half out of that middle. Yeah, that run was superb when you
creating
watch it
space.
Yeah,
he's a good decoy.
And Lanzini came in late and he's waiting, and Rice saw him. That created the goal as well. I'll give Antonio credit for that.
Yeah.
So what things you don't notice when you're watching the game, live, but you do when you watch
more immersed in it.
It took the centre half right out of that big gap and left Lanzini with that bit of room. So it was good, man. It was great. I mean, we were very lucky with the penalty. That was out of nothing, wasn't it? It was a penalty. I mean, it was handball and it was in the area. But
any other officials wouldn't have given that.
No, we would never have got that without VAR.
Never.
No chance. Nah.
Never got that VAR because he didn't need to handle it. But he did.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
I don't think he even thought he was in the area. You know, it was that close.
It is the season of goodwill. That's why we gave them 2 at the end, and that's why they gave us a penalty. Right, Kieran, I'm going to play this again. Then I want to know your thoughts after watching this video. You know, it's short, and then I genuinely want to hear your thoughts.
Antonio!
This is what we call at West Ham a conversion. He's slowly getting there, Lee, right? He's slowly getting there, mate. I think Lee's more of a football fan than an Antonio fan than he is a West Ham fan. So it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear him do that. That's a lovely thing to do, right? It really
Definitely.
is. Fantastic. Good effort, Lee. You're a legend. Absolute legend.
Start of games. Let me see what Hamid says here. Hamid says letting them 2. Oh, sorry. Easier for United to catch us now. Goal difference. That's the only thing I can say. The ref messed up on the handball. Was right in front of him and he did nothing. Yeah, so thank you, ref. You know, Spurs, I was hoping that Watford get something out of the game. They scored in like the 96th or 7th minute. And then, you know, that puts pressure on us because we now need to win. And yeah, going into that game, we would have learned of that Spurs result like, you know, not too long before we actually kicked off. And yeah, it's credit to them
I
to...
didn't know. When we play, because I got up at 3:30 this morning, I didn't know any of the results of the other games, so I didn't know what had gone on.
Yeah.
But it's a shame that Watford couldn't have hold out, could it? That would have been
Exactly. I mean, it's good for the disabled team because obviously Watford would have been level on points with them, I think. City got a injury time winner against Arsenal, which is obviously what we wanted. So we're only now a point behind Arsenal with the same games played. Kieran, what would you do for the FA Cup? Like, if you could pick a lineup, and yeah, we will end in about 5 minutes, just so we're not. Yeah, what would be your lineup? Cams, I'll ask you. If you want to do that in the chat, that would probably be the last subject. So yeah, Kieran, what would be your team for the FA Cup game against Leeds?
Yeah, me, I always want to just go for it in the FA Cup because I love it so much, you know. But I think with all the European games coming up and he's still trying to keep in that top 6. I'm not so sure he might sacrifice it and play like a Europa League side, you know. But having said that, he hasn't got the luxury now of having 2 other centre halves. So we've still got to play Diop and Wilson unless we go to the youth, which is unlikely. But yeah, it's hard to know what Moyes will do. It really is. Whether he'll take it really seriously, FA Cup, or he'll take the string team in and believe that they can do a job anyway. I really don't know. I don't know what Moyes will do. Because I remember Everton last year in that League Cup, we went up there and he threw it away. He kept all the big guns on the bench. We went behind and he didn't change anything. He just gave it up and he said, let him have it. So yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't know which way he's going to jump. I know what I'd like. But I don't know what
you want him to go strong. Cams, what would you do?
I agree with. I'd want to go strong. I want to go for this. I feel like we had a chance at the League Cup and sort of battled it at Tottenham. Again, that we probably should have won, or felt like we should have won. But I'd go fairly strong. I wouldn't put first team out, but I'd go for a fairly strong team. I'd have Areola in goal. Give Ashby a go at right back. I'll play one of Diop or Dawson, maybe not both of them. I'll play one of them. I'm not that arsed to. Maybe Diop. I don't know. I'm not that arsed to. Baptiste maybe centre half. Left back Masuaki probably. Be two. Let's say two holding midfielders. I'll go Noble and Souček. Give Antonio a rest, but I keep the big boys on standby on the bench just in case. But I go Fornals, Perkins, and Bowen up top.
And then one more.
Am I missing one? I'll go on.
Yeah,
Lanzini,
one more forward.
After today, I'll have to go Lanzini.
So you'd put him in, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's a mixture, obviously, with first team starters and youth and some of the backup players. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It will be, because I want to win, but I don't want us to clearly pick up any injuries in that, because I want to smash Norwich. Yeah,
I really want us to come out strong, but like I said, we don't have to play the strongest team, but just keep the first team boys on standby just in case, because I want us to get somewhere in the score. It'd be amazing for Mark Noble last season, and he can lift the trophy or two. Be amazing.
Yeah, it's such a lottery in at the FA Cup because of the draw system. You don't know who you're going to get next, so you can have an easy run to the final or a really hard one.
Exactly.
I mean, I suppose if he can take. I think Moyes will play a weakened team, and his justification will be, well, I've done that against Man City and Man United in the League Cup, and we won, and we beat them.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think it will be half and half team.
The good thing is Leeds they've got bigger fish to fry, and they've got a lot of injuries. Yeah. So I just think that our substandard team will be facing their substandard team as well. So it's like it can balance it out where we potentially were at home. Yeah. So yeah.
I hope Stuart's right, and I hope they focus on the league more than the cup, and just let us have it. I really right.
But yeah, like I said, we will wrap this up. But Kieran, I don't know. Yeah, mate. Any last words? Because I know people was probably leaving now anyway.
Yeah, I just we touched on Masuaku. I thought he done really well when he came on, right? And I said to my boy, I was watching that game, the replay. I said, watch Masuaku. Don't do your confirmation bias that you don't think he's that good. Watch what he does. And if you really watch it then, he stopped Ayew. Ayew was really a threat in the first half, and he was getting past Johnson, and he was putting balls over, and he was skipping past Benrahma. And in that second half, Ayew stopped him. And in the end, they brought that Elise on, who looked fucking decent there, and he switched Ayew to the left, right, because he was getting no joy out of Masuaku. And that Elise done that ball that went in. It was as good as Benrahma's. He cut in on his left because he's a left footer. He's an inverted winger. He cut in on his left and put a peach of a ball in. It was a cracker, and it's very similar to Antonio's goal. And it was hard to defend, man. So I don't blame Masuaku for that. It's just one of them cracking balls put in. And the free kick's nothing to do with him. That was a silly tackle by Diop. So I don't want to criticise Masuaku. Does he look great at times? No, but I think he done the job that Moyes sent him on to do. Yeah. And it worked.
Yeah, had a good game today, Masuaku. Had a really good game.
But yeah, thanks for everybody that tuned in. I don't want to, carry this on, and I know there's probably other channels on that you lot might want to go and see. But yeah, thanks to Kieran as always, Cams as always, and Lee. Thank you for that video. Like, I'm keeping that in here.
You keep it up. Who's he going to be singing for next week? Is it going to be Antonio, then Benrahma?
Pablo Fornals.
Fornals, yeah. No, but that's against Lee though. That's against Lee, isn't it?
Oh yeah, he'll still be singing.
Thank you, lovely. No, thank you, Hammerhead, as always. Thank you, and big up Scylla, Stuart's wife. Big up the disabled team. Big up everybody that's in the chat. And yeah, we'll be back. I don't know what's next, but we will be back soon, obviously. And I hope you lot had a new year. And I would go out on a limb and say Manuel Lanzini's been our best player this year. What about you?
I think he's up there, mate, isn't he? Him and Bowen. Bowen need they need the pats on the back at the moment. Bowen, I thought Bowen was quiet today because there weren't a lot of ball going down that wing for him. Yeah. But he still worked hard. He still done his usual work really hard.
He didn't do
when I said this year, I meant 2022. He's definitely been our best player.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
We're quick enough there. You're right. He is our best player. A player I picked, by the way. If you blow your own trumpet earlier on, when you're scoreline, giving it large, I'm giving it large. I picked him in man of the match. I think Cam said at the time, that's a big call. And he was right. And it was the right call.
Cam got it totally wrong. And he made people bet on 5-3. Should have. You should have put your money on.
3-2 as well. I
should have put your money on 3-2 and Lanzini to get man of the match. You should have listened to me, Kieran. But yeah, thanks as always, you lot, and we will be back soon. See you later. One thing to say, you know how we do.
Come on, you Irons.
Come on, you Irons. Here we go.
Like West Ham Taxman, you don't want to see the gang vex, man. Pull up in 2 litre dingers and press that.
Selling bag, going ham in West like Declan Rice.